Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear friends, today we're going to learn a very simple but very important Dhamma talk today. Some of the things we know already, not some, everything we know about it, but the understanding of it, that is really important. So we are going to talk about sutta called Vipattisampadāsutta. Vipatti means loss or failure or problems that arise in our life. So those called Vipatti. Sampada means gain, benefit, accomplishment, or profit. You can call. So Sampada it means, so the wealth also is one of the Sampada. So whatever you have, those are called wealth. Okay. So Supreme Buddha expressed this sutta, Vipatti and Sampada. Vipatti, the loss, and Sampada, it means accomplishment or gain, benefit. So Supreme Buddha dividing the same thing as what is the loss and what is the benefit that we should be aware of. We should be seeing it how Dhamma expressing. Supreme Buddha mentioned this sutta is coming from Anguttara Nikaya, the numerical discourses, book of 3. So here are 3 things Supreme Buddha mentioned about Vipatti, and 3 things are mentioned about Sampada. Okay, we will learn the Pali same time. When you are unable to understand the Pali words, there are on the sutta, the Linda share. You can check it on that. Both Pali and English translation are available on that. So Supreme Buddha says, Tisso ima bhikkhave vipattiyo. Tisso means 3. Tisso ima, these 3. Bhikkhave means because. Vipattiyo, the failures or problems or difficulties. Okay. Tisso ima bhikkhave vipattiyo. Katama tisso. And what are these 3? Sila vipatti, chitta vipatti, ditti vipatti. Sila vipatti means failure in virtuous behavior, loss of virtuous behavior, failure in mind, loss of the mind, and failure in view. So, loss of the view, what you lose something, precious thing what we have, losing that, those called vipatti. The problems, that the dangers that you have, you face day-to-day life, those are called vipattis, So Supreme Buddha explained, Katamaj bhikkhave sila vipatti. So when the Supreme Buddha mentioning here that there are these three failures in our life, or three dangers, or three losses, what we see, and one by one he is mentioning what are those. So the first he says, Katamacha bhikkhave sila vipatti. And what is the failure, or what is the danger, or what is the problem, as called sila vipatti. Sila vipatti. Ida bhikkhave ekacho panatipati hoti. Here, someone destroys the life. What that person does, it takes the life from someone. So, ekacho, someone, person, becomes, he violates, he destroy the life form, and that's called killing beings. So, when someone is killing beings, that is called the vipatti. Adinna dai hoti, which is not what is not given, taking forcefully or taking without permission. So, in simple word, we can call stealing. Adinna dai hoti. Here, someone becomes thief. Kame sumichachari hoti. Kame sumichachari, sexual, engage in sexual misconduct. Musavadi hoti. So, talks false, wrong things, which is not truth. Express such a thing. Pisunavacho hoti. Use divisive word that can divide two people. Such a word he used. Parusavacho hoti. Harsh word, which can be heard. If someone hears those, they can get hurt of it. And then sampapalapi, ideal chatter, talking the useless rubbish all the time. There is no meaning of it. It doesn't give the benefit when you hear, doesn't get benefit when he's talking, she's talking. So such a word which is not useful for anyone's life, such a word can call ideal chatter. So Supreme Buddha mentioned here, these are the three things of failures in our life, and everything Supreme Buddha mentioned there. The first one is called the sila vipatti, the failure in virtuous behavior. And in that virtuous behavior, what the Buddha mentioned, that if someone is taking life, someone is stealing, someone is engaging in sexual misconduct, someone is stealing lives, someone is using divisive words which can separate two people, the harmony is destroyed, disturbing them. And then someone is using harsh words, scolding someone, or using the nonsense. Nothing meanings, no meaning of it. And Supreme Buddha mentioned, this is called the failure in virtuous behavior. So failure, it's okay, we can understand that. But the vipatti it means that in a way it's a danger of virtuous behavior. It's not just a failure. Failure can be making success, but the dangers are, we have to be conscious, we have to be aware. The loss that if someone lose these things, if someone they lose, then gaining it back becomes more and more difficult. So this behavior, the breaking these precepts, how this affect in our day-to-day life, how that we can say that this is a vipatti, this is danger. Simply, when we look at these precepts, what it expressed to us, that when you break a body, when you kill someone, what you are doing in that moment, it's not just to harming another living being if you are aware of it, but you're in the same moment, you're losing yourself too. You're losing yourself too. So being mindful of that, it is really important. When you're stealing, you're not just taking something which is not given. You are making it one hobby or habit. You are harming someone else, hurting someone, and you're killing yourself. Means the goodness what you have, you're betraying it. Understand that thing. When you do something wrong, usually this in this world, now we have become habitual of doing these small things. But when you were growing up, when you are looking, the smallest thing, the first lie what you told, how difficult what is. It was difficult for us to, yes, this lie we are expressing. But as you grow a little bit more and more, it becomes your natural next behavior, and it has become a part of your day-to-day life. That thing, it doesn't affect any more in our life when we lie, when we're telling lies someone for the official reason, for anything what we do. As it was first, it was hard for us to say, now it has become our second nature. And why? Because in that time, the innocent behavior, innocent nature of ourselves, we have killed it. Understanding that is called vipatti. Once you tell the lies, and then when it become a habit, what happened? You don't feel anything wrong in saying that. You don't feel guilty about it. So remorse won't be there. So coming back from that wrong behavior, it becomes very hard. And what the nature we develop? We develop the nature to give answers about it, justifications. I am telling lies to do this, to save. So many different reasons. If you see the arguments what people make, if someone's, for the justifying their lie or lying is okay. So usually people ask the question, what? That Bhante, what happened if we are saving someone's life? Is it okay to lie? That thing. See, that justification, giving justifying that these actions is not danger. But we forget that the common, the natural thing what we have, being truthful, expressing such a thing. The biggest reason is of this breaking precepts is that we haven't seen the positivity in it. There was a one Jataka, I'm forgetting the name of it, but it mentioned about in the Delhi, in the Kuru on that time, there was a king. And this kingdom was very famous for their virtuous behavior. Very famous. So one of the time, the Bodhisattva asked that I want to observe the precepts, and who's preserving the precepts? And one by one, he went to the king, then he went to the queen, then he goes to the queen mother, king's mother, then he goes to the what it called the chief of this the army, general, and every time he goes, they say that yes, I know I am virtuous, I'm following the precepts, but still I have one small thought of it that in that moment I wasn't pure. So you should go and take the precepts from them. So the nature of that time, what people have, the slightest fault, they consider as a great offense. That virtuous behavior, they see as a danger that I am not pure anymore. And that's why there was a beautiful saying, that the truth can overcome anything, all the difficulties. Simple as a precepts, every precept has the same strength, power. Angulimala Bhante, what it says, since I am born in this noble birth, intentionally I haven't killed anyone. See, that I haven't killed anyone, awareness of it, and I am telling the truth by power of this thing, you may get well. That strength is there. So when we call the vipatti, so if someone breaks such a precept, that becomes danger for such a person. So how many precepts are there? 7 precepts is mentioned here, except skipping the drinking intoxicated drinks and drugs. So why is that? Because in that moment, if someone is aware of these precepts, automatically that person is abstaining from having intoxicated himself. If you are doing that one precept, everything is going to be break. So this is the Supreme Buddha says, this is called the failure in virtuous behavior. Ayang uchati bhikkhave sila vipatti. And that is called the sila vipatti. When you break your precept and when you are not remorse about it, the biggest thing is if you are unaware of it, if you are not aware of it, then there is no regret, there is no remorse, there is no atonement for it. There is no thought of let me be virtuous again, such a thing. So that is very harmful for us. But when you are breaking your precept, then you know that yes, there is a slightest chance that you can overcome of this problem. So this is called the sila vipatti, the loss of virtuous behavior, dangers of your life. This we should be understanding. Second one, Supreme Buddha explains, Katamacha bhikkhave chitta vipatti. And what is the bhikkhus called the failure in mind, the dangers of losing your mind, or what moment, in which precise moment that your mind has brought you a lot of danger, destruction, the failure or loss to your life. Either bhikkhave here because ekacho abhijalu hoti vyapanna chitto. Supreme Buddha mentioned, here someone is full of longing and has a mind of ill will. So when you have anger towards someone, when in your mind the hatred arises, the thought of hate comes, or thought of ill will arise, or you are looking at someone's the jealousy, what someone others has, having thought to have those things, looking others for that. Such a thought, when it comes to your mind is not pure anymore. And Supreme Buddha explains, when such a thought comes to your mind, what do we do? When such a thought occurs to your mind, what we do? We try to act on it. We try to act on it. See, simply, when you are getting angry, What you say? That you are getting angry? No. You try to justify that too. And how? Because of this person, I am facing this. Because of this thing happened, I am getting angry. So what Simple is mentioning? That he is justifying the anger also. When he has ill will, doesn't look that I am not working in proper way. What he's saying? That because of this particular person or this person, when you have jealousy, what thought comes to your mind? Not to that we think about, okay, this person got something from somewhere. And in that moment, the next person doesn't know about it. That once you are angry, person can see if you are express your anger. If you are not, then other person doesn't know. So doesn't harm that person whom you are getting angry toward. Who's it's harmful for? It's for yourself. It's for ourselves. The person who has this longing, the person who has this thought of evil, the person who has this anger, that person is going to suffer. That brings a danger. Most of the problems what we face in our day-to-day life or for the long journey, this because of this mind, we face that. As soon as we understand that soon we can overcome of it. Because Supreme Buddha mentioned, it's someone here, someone full of longing and has a mind of ill will. So the hatred is there, jealousy is there, thought of ill will is there. So this is called a failure in mind. So once you have this mind thought, then it is your loss. You are losing yourself in that moment, and what you call the goodness, what lives in your heart, the compassion, that is also you're losing. That is called the second loss, Supreme Buddha. And Supreme Buddha called Ayang Mucchati Bhikkhave, and this is called Chitta Vipatti, the failure in mind or loss for the person of mind. This is the second one. Third one, Supreme Buddha explained, Katamacha Bhikkhave Ditti Vipatti. Ditti Vipatti, it means the way of looking something, the view. What you see, the view. The first two losses, the first two failures can be amended very easily. Means if you are breaking precepts, there is chances, there is a time that you can overcome of that and practice virtuous behavior. When you have this hatred and ill will, when you have this longing, when you see someone's fault and then you desire for it, that can be changed. But this Ditti Vipatti, the failure in view, it is more harmful, more dangerous than about these two. We should be understanding of that. Because when you have this failure of view, the danger of view, overcoming of it, it becomes really, really hard. Really becomes very, means it is very hard, very rare that someone can overcome from the view. Here, simply Supreme Buddha mentioned about the natural, what are the vipattis of the views. He said, here Bhikkhave, ekacho michha ditthiko hoti viparita dassano. Michha ditthiko means holding wrong view. Michha means wrong. Ditti means view. Holds a wrong view. Viparita dassano. Viparit means completely opposite of it. Seeing what it is, seeing against of it. It's called viparit. So has an incorrect perspective of this. Vipattisampadāsutta, seeing everything in wrong in that moment. See, what kind of mittha-ditti does this person have? Nattidinna. So there is no giving. Natti yittam. There nothing sacrificed. Natti huttam. Natti means nothing is offered. There is no fruit or result of good and bad actions. Such a view this person holds. Natti sukata dukkatanam kammanam palang vipako. Natti ayam there is no this world. Natti parloko, there is no other worlds. Natti mata, natti pita, there is no mother, there is no father. Natti satta obapatika, there are no beings who born spontaneously. Natti loke samana brahmana sammagata samma patipanna ye imang cha lokang parang cha lokang sayang abhinya satchikatva pavedenti iti. Natti loke samana brahmana, there are no beings in this world. Samana brahmana means any ascetics or the Brahmins. Sammagata. Sammagata means comes to the proper place, come to the center of it. Samma patipanna, come on the practice of the proper path. You know, the middle path. When it's called the samma, it means called, in a way it's called the middle path. Coming to that, ye imam cha loka, this word, parang cha loka, other words, sayang abhinya. Sayang means own self, by himself, the particular this person. Abhinya means knowing very well, understood completely. Satchikatva, realized it. Pavedentiti. Pavedentiti means express about it, tells about it, preach about it, teach about it. So what this means? There are no beings in this world who has realized this world and other worlds and teaches about this. Express that, let the other knows. So the view is there is no one who can guide us anymore. So Supreme Buddha expressed, this is called the Ditti Vipatti. But is this the only Ditti Vipatti that we are facing day-to-day life in this today? Based on these views, there are several thoughts that occurred in our life. See, because of this, there is no kammana, the natti sukata dukkatanam kammanam palang vipako. Because of this one thought, because of this one particular object, the virtuous behavior has no meaning anymore in people's life. As we see this world is going toward, there is a who has seen tomorrow? We don't know there is. We have to face this. When we call that whatever you do, what you saw, what you read, that word, that saying, it's just only for this small time of period. It's not goes beyond this life. And because of that, the strength of this word is losing his meaning of it. We should be understand that. Because of this one thing, natti sukata dukkatanam kammanam palang vipako, that people are unable, or there is a view they are holding, there is no result of good and bad. And these things is really, really harmful for us. Natti mata, natti pita, that we have understand very well. Because of this, we still say that we have mother and father, but we have duties toward it. Such a thought now we are losing in this society, where we are living in this world. We see that earlier time doesn't matter how difficult it is for us. We still support our mother and father. But as the culture is growing, as the society is developing, what we say, we want to be alone. We do not want to have any obligation toward mother and father. Such a society we are building today. And where it is leading toward this Natti Mata, Natti Pita. When the new generation, when it arises, what it says, I do not have to worry about my mother and father. My life is on. And that's all. And what kind of view they are getting? They are learning these things. There is no mother who brought you in this sansar, who give the chance you to breathe in this human world. There is no respect for that. The father who fed you from infancy, who give you support, who give you strength, who give you protection, who give you life. No one is like that. These things we are generating today. In practical way, it may not be possible for every person to take care of their mother and father. But the view, what we are getting it more and more about it, what is happening that we are saying that there is no mother that we should be taking care of. There is no father, the particular one, that thing. And this one, that there is no teacher who really teach about this world. That thing is very common to see. Very common to see. That's why the percentage of atheists is growing more and more. Because there is no view. Even though they have, but they don't know about the teacher. Understanding that. Natyayang loko. There is no this world. Not believing in this. They said, I am here, that's small. This particular moment I am here doesn't matter how I'm going to live. Nati paraloko, if there is no belief on the next life, how can be sure about your actions? How can you be aware of your actions? Because of this, we don't care of another living being. We neglect them. If this any particular thing is solving our purpose, we don't consider that we can harm in this process to gain something. Such a thing we should be aware of. These all things what I'm giving the examples, these are not just automatically appears. No one take advantage of others just because this person wants. But the view behind it give the chances. And overcoming of that becomes really, really hard. See, because of the person believes there is no giving, there is no sacrifice, there is no offering, there is no help to anyone else. If such a belief is there, then the generosity is completely dead. If there is no generosity, there is no harmony in this world. Because of the generosity, because of helping someone, because of sacrifice, there is hope exist. There is compassion exist because of this thing. If not, then society is toward chaos. And that can be found. There are several examples, and we should be aware of. So, in simple way to mention is that if the person holds such a view, or based on this 11 things, based on this someone hold any different kind of view, what happened? That view stops him from developing. That will stop him or stop her from growing in the Dhamma. That view does harm, brings loss, brings failure in the person's life, which cannot be amended, which cannot be cured, which cannot be uh, uh, reversed. Because view is the one thing it's very hard to break. Very hard to break. We also have individually, we also hold so many small different views. Like someone is superstitious. Okay, give them several examples. Is it easier for us to make them know of superstitions? Like there is a famous way, when the cat cross your path, don't go further, don't take step. So are those people like Joey, who has the cat, does their life is completely chaos or completely bringing the the misery in their life? No. That simple thing people don't understand. Means ask Joey how many times this cat crossed her path. Every time, like she's hanging with them. So even she's going to drink water, this cat will follow, and before her she will reach there and cross. So is she going to fall every moment? No. That superstition people don't understand. Means in India that we are the country of superstitions, we live for that. So understand that. If someone stop you, means when you are stepping outside of the home and someone called from behind, then it is very harmful. It's not good to go. Such a thing, this superstition, it's not easy to overcome. That superstition is also the part of this. It's called failure of view, danger of view, loss of view. And it does lot harm than good. It's never. And because of this wrong view, because of this Vipattisampadāsutta, the different perspective of, opposite perspective of this incorrect perspective of this word, what that person does, it stops you from the practicing Dhamma. Stop this person from learning Dhamma. Stop the person from understanding themselves. The Dhamma, it's not outside. This Dhamma is not in these worldly things. The Dhamma has to practice in this body. Supreme Buddha says, Dhammam kayena passati. Dhamma can be seen or practiced in this body, on this body. That thing we lose because of view. We give the chance, because of this view, we give chance to outsider things to effect on this life. That is Supreme Buddha called the danger of wrong view, and is more harmful than anything else in this world. So understand that these are the three things Supreme Buddha mentioned further. Ayam Vucchati Bhikkave, Ditti Vipatti, and this is called the failure in view. Then Supreme Buddha explained, Sila Vipatti Hetuva, because of failure of virtuous behavior or danger or loss of virtuous behavior, Bhikkave, Satta Kaya Sabheda Parang Marana Apayang Duggating Vinipatan Nirayang Uppajjanti. Because of this wrong view, Satta means all the beings. Satta means beings. Kaya Sabheda. Kaya Sabheda means Kaya means this body. Veda means departing from it. Kayasa Veda, departing from it, Parang Marna, after death, Apayam, Duggating. Apaya means the fourth place of misery. Duggati means there is nothing certain of, or the wrong place, bad place. Vinipatan, Nirayan. But Vinipatan means very downfall. No? Nirayan means the hell. Uppajanti, take a place or birth in such a place of misery. Because of what? Because of Sila Vipatti Hetu. Hetu means because. Hetu means reason. Okay? So whenever the Hetu comes, because of it, reason is this, the cause of this. Hetu, when you say the Hetu, so cause of Sila Vipatti, because of, or the reason of this Sila Vipatti, someone reborn in bad destination. Then Supreme Buddha explained, Chitta Vipatti Hetu, because of dangers of mind or failure in the failure in mind, person reborn in the place of bad misery. Then Supreme Buddha explained, Ditti Vipatti Hetu, because of wrong view, the person reborn in bad destination. So simply look at these three things, what the Supreme Buddha is mentioning here. He says, because of Sila Vipatti is directly connected with another living being. So because of that, we can understand that it is affecting on someone else. And because of it is hurting someone else, I'm going to hell. That is, I can understand. Because of anger, we are acting on it because it is burning ourselves. We can understand that. But we are holding wrong view. It is impossible to understand. It is very hard. If we hold the view, then it means that it is our natural, it's the nature of us that is happening. Like, see, simple thing, very simple thing. I'm not going to criticize or anything. If you are born into the particular race or particular religion, the views of that religion or the race automatically implies in your life. Automatically. You do not have to teach, like discrimination or racism, what we call. It does not happen just because you born there. But you adopt everything from the childhood, the behavior of your clan, behavior of people, even the religious beliefs. It comes because from the infancy that you're looking at, and automatically, slowly, you get that view. And breaking that view is very hard, very difficult. Means you are living in the society where we can see people are suffering because of view. The war is happening. These people are facing hunger because of this holding this view. We should be aware of that. And because of this is very smaller thing, it is very hard for us to look about view. Supreme Buddha explained that is most dangerous thing in our life. And the person reborn in hell, that is one of things. And because of view, when someone hold the view, it's very hard for that person to come back into the human being again, come back into the heavenly world again. View is that much hard. Then Supreme Buddha explained, these are the dangers, these are the laws for the Buddhist person. See, the Buddhist person, if holds one of this view, his life is taking him as a devastated life. He will have, she will have. That is a loss for this person. Then Supreme Buddha expressed against of it, Tisso ima bhikkhave sampada. There are three benefits, three gains, three profit of this same Katamatissa. What are these three? The Sila Sampada, the benefit of virtuous behavior. Chitta Sampada, benefit of mind. Vipattisampada, the benefit of view. What is it? That these three things, accomplishment or the profit of these three things, Supreme Buddha explained, if someone abstained from killing beings, someone abstained from taking which is not given, someone abstained from sexual misconduct, someone abstained from telling lies, someone abstained from divisive speeches, someone abstained from using harsh words, someone abstained from telling ideal chatter, engaging in ideal chatter. Such a thing, Supreme Buddha expressed, is called a Sila Sampada. Ekacho panati pata pativirato hoti. Pativirato means abstaining. When it called the pativirato, so abstaining from. Okay, so panati pata pati, harming birds. Adinna dana pativirato, abstaining from what is not given. Taking. Kame sumichachara, musavada, pisunaya vacha, harusaya vacha, sampappalapa. That is called the Sila Sampada. Sila Sampada, it means the profit, the gain. What we gain the virtuous behavior. That gives us strength in our life. That is the strength. That is the power. We always, whenever we chant the Dhamma, what we call etena satchena suvati hontu. By the power of this truth, there may well-being. By the power of truth, the power of truth, that power is called the gain. That is called sampada. If you are not hurting anyone, that is the strength of you. No one can point finger on you. That is the strength. For the virtuous behavior, what the Buddha says, this person becomes like a lion. That person who are virtuous can go to any place and put his own word in front of people. And people will listen. That thing gives him strength. That is Supreme called Sila Sampada. Katamachi bhikkave chitta sampada. Ida bhikkave ekacho anavijalu hoti abhyapanna chitto. Here, what is the call? Accomplishment in mind. What is the gain of mind? Here, someone is without longing and has a mind free of ill will. This person is not looking at someone's wealth, not with jealousy, not with ill will, not with anger. Such a person in that moment, when you do not have the longing toward anyone's wealth, when you do not have the jealousy, that time you are developing upekha, equanimity. That time when you are looking at this person and your mind is truly happy, and you are saying, okay, this is the benefit of that. You are enjoying. That is mudita, altruistic joy. When you are saying that this all things because of his hard work, that is called karuna, compassion. When you are not angry about his development, about his wealth, then you are developing loving kindness. See the simple thing, these three things, how it is affecting. This jealousy, ill will, anger, if it is not there, that 4 Brahma Vihara is automatically developing in that particular moment. And that thing brings the joy and pleasure in our life. That's why Supreme Buddha called Chitta Sampada, the gain of mind, the benefit of mind, accomplishment of mind, the power of mind that you are gaining. Same goes for, and what is Bhikkave? Katamaja Bhikkave Vipattisampadāsutta, and what is the gain of or accomplishment of view? So, as we say, the wrong view, opposite of wrong view, there is a right view. When someone develops that right view, person becomes like you, person becomes like me. person becomes like millions of people who are looking at Supreme Buddha as their refuge. This, when the person is finding the refuge in Supreme Buddha, and that is, there is only one reason, is because of the right view of these worldly things. When you are suffering and you are seeking the answer from Buddha, for the slightest reason that you are believing that there is a teacher who realized this world and another and teaches us to escape from it or overcome from it. That view, the smallest thing, when you bow to the Supreme Buddha, whom you are bowing down, this person, and that is called the wealth of view. No one can change it. But the view can be altered. View can be altered. It needs steady practice to hold such a view also. Because of this world, because of the generation, we are constantly what it called, getting aware or motivating of these different views or words, or demotivating, or means we can harm our beliefs, we can harm ourselves because of it. We have to look at that. Like if we believe that Supreme Buddha is a teacher, and someone comes, no, there is some particular thing. You do not have to ask for teacher. You can just beg from the gods or beg from the heavenly beings, and you will have your answer. Then, oh, there is a shortcut, and let me follow that. So such a thing becomes dangerous for us. So we still need, this right view, and we want to keep this practice. So as you are a disciple of Supreme Buddha, be mindful what these right views are, and try to understand more and more, and try to develop this view in your day-to-day life. Develop. So it will become more stronger, and it will give you strength to your all action and effects. It will lead your life to your enlightenment. That's why Supreme Buddha mentioned, Sila Sampada Hetu Bhikkhave Satta Kaya Saveda Parang Varna Sugating Sagang Lokam Upajjanti. Because of the because of the sila, because of virtuous behavior, accomplishment of sila, person reborn into the heavenly world, reborn into the place where development can be found. Because of Chitta Sampada, because of wealth of mind, strength of mind, the person reborn into the heavenly world. Because of the right view, person reborn in the heavenly world. That thing we have to understand. Supreme Buddha explained. These are Imeko Bhikkhave Tisso Sampada, and these are the three accomplishment, benefits, wealth, or power a person can have. These are the gain that we can expect. So understand this and try to have the meaning of it. Try to develop these three wealth in your life, three benefits in your life. If you are developing these three things more and more, then your life is becoming blameless. You can call that I am a true Buddhist. And you can call yourself Buddhist because of this particular thing. Okay? So may this sutta, the Vipattisampadāsutta, benefit all of you to become a disciple, the true disciple of Supreme Buddha. May this sutta be helpful for you to realize the Four Noble Truths in Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.